NCERT Physics Class 11th 4th chapter, which is motion in a plane, question number 4.22. I and j are unit vector along x and y respectively. What is the magnitude and direction of vector I plus j and I minus j? So in this we have given two vector I plus j and I minus j. Let us assume this is p vector and let us assume that this is q vector. So we have to find out the direction of p and magnitude of p and q. So first let us talk about p vector, which is I cap plus j cap. So as far as magnitude is concerned, magnitude is given as under root coefficient of I square plus coefficient of j square. So coefficient of I and j are 1. So we can say that magnitude of p, that is equal to root 2. Now for direction point of view, we can represent vector p as graphically. P is equal to I plus j, that is vector addition of I, 1i and 1j. So p is vector addition of 1i and 1j. So this resultant is p. So let's say this makes an angle theta with x-axis in anti-clockwise direction. This is along x and this is along y. So tan theta can be written as tan theta is equal to 1. So theta is equal to 45 degree. So this p is making an angle of 45 degree with x-axis and the angle is in anti-clockwise direction. So vector p form 45 degree with x-axis in anti-clockwise direction. Now move to vector q. Q vector is I minus j. So simply in this, the magnitude would be under root coefficient of 1 square plus minus of 1 square, that comes out to be root 2. For direction, we will represent vector q as vector only. This is vector q is I minus j. So along x, this is 1i and along j it is minus 1j. Minus 1j mean direction is negative y direction, and from this is your resultant vector, which is q vector. So q makes an angle x with x-axis. Now this q makes an angle alpha with x-axis in clockwise direction. So tan alpha can be written as 1 upon 1, that is 1. So alpha is equal to 45 degree. So P makes angle 45 degree from x in anti-clockwise direction and Q makes an angle 45 degree with x in clockwise direction. Now next, what is given? We have to find the component of a vector A along P and Q. Now how to find the component of vector along another vector? Let's discuss first this. Suppose we have two vector m and n, and we have to find component of n vector along m vector. So this is n, this is mod n. Component mean component of this n along n can be written as mod n cos theta. Component of any vector along another vector is written as, suppose we have to find component of n vector along m vector, this is written as mod n cos theta. So in first, according to given problem, we have to find component of a vector along q vector. Component of a vector along first p vector. We have to find component of vector a along vector p. So vector a is given as 2i plus 3j. Vector a is given as 2i plus 3j. So we can represent vector a graphically. This is y-axis, this is x-axis, and vector a can be represented graphically as, this is vector a and its x component is 2 and y component is 3. This is 2 and this is 3 and this is vector a. So we can say that vector a forms an angle, let's say this is beta, and vector a forms an angle beta with x-axis. So this beta can be written as, we can find out the value of beta as tan beta is equal to 3 by 2. This implies that beta is equal to 56.31 degree. We have already find the direction of P and Q. So P makes an angle of 45 degree with x-axis, and Q also makes an angle of 45 degree with x-axis in downward direction. So component of A along P vector is equal to mod A cos theta. For example, this was N, this was M. So component of N vector along M is equal to mod N cos theta. So simply in this case, component of A vector along P vector is mod A cos theta, where theta is angle between A vector and P vector. So in this case, component of vector A along P vector is given as mod A cos theta. Theta is angle between A vector and P vector. Now, angle between A vector and B vector in this case is equal to 56.31 minus 45 degree, which comes out to be 11.31 degree. So for this component, we can say that component of A vector along P vector is mod A cos theta, and magnitude of A is given as, magnitude of A can be written as under root 4 plus 9, this is equal to root 13. Magnitude of P can be written as root 13. So component of A vector along P vector is mod A cos theta, which is equal to root 13 into cos of 11.31 degree. And putting the value of 11.131 degree, we have that this is equal to root 3 into 0.9806, 0.9806. And other part, which is component of A vector along Q vector. Component of A vector along Q vector can be written as component of vector A along Q can be written as mod A cos gamma. In this case, gamma is angle between A vector and Q vector, which is equal to 56.31 plus 45 degree, and this is equal to 101.36 degree. So its component can be written as, the answer would be under root 13 into cos of 101.31 degree. This is your answer.